Okay, let's go live. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, total world victory of Hare Krishna.
We are live.
My name is Sitapati Das.
And my name is Danna Devi.
And this is Bhagavad-gita as it is 237. But let's do the London Bliss thing and see who is tuning into the stream. Look at that. I'm live on my page because my ban has ended. My ban ended today.
Nice.
No, good, huh?
Yeah.
And I streamed a 20-minute kirtan earlier today. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, just messing
I was
around.
at work.
Yeah.
I think I liked it. I was like, oh, and then it disappears. Like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, streamed it at lunchtime.
That's
Got
nice.
a bit of kirtan in there. Okay, so let's scroll past this so we're not kind of crossing the streams, looping over ourselves. Bhagavad-gita as it is, by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Chapter 2, contents of the Gita summarized, traditional name, Sankhya Yoga.
He asked me about it.
Srila Prabhupada called chapter 6 Sankhya Yoga.
How come?
I don't know, for whatever reason, that's what he called it. And then in the second edition, it got renamed to Dhyana Yoga. But this chapter is traditionally called Sankhya Yoga. And it was Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his commentary who called it contents of the Gita summarized. Okay, let's do it. Hato prāpsyasi svargaṁ, jitvā bhokṣyase mahīm, tasmād uttiṣṭha kaunteya, yuddhāya kṛta-niścayaḥ. I kind of laughed there because we did a podcast with Kaunteya 2 days ago.
Something like that.
Yeah, we've got him coming
Sunday.
back on.
I think it was on Sunday.
Yeah, whenever.
Oh, it's on Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Yes.
So 2 days ago. And so he's coming back for a second edition because people are absolutely loving it. They're loving it.
They have more questions that needs to be answered.
They have more questions
elaboration
than answers.
Yep.
Kaunteya's got answers. People have questions. Word for word. Hataḥ.
Being killed. Yes.
Va.
Either
Prāpsyasi.
you gain
Svargam.
the heavenly kingdom
Jitvā.
by conquering,
Va.
or you
bhokṣyase.
enjoy
mahīm.
the world.
tasmāt.
Therefore,
uttiṣṭha.
get up,
kaunteya.
O son of Kuntī.
Remember you asked me what does kaunteya mean the other day?
Son of Kuntī.
Yeah, our son of Kuntī. Yuddhāya.
To fight,
Kṛta.
determination,
Niścayaḥ.
uncertainty.
Uncertainty. Jai Shri Krishna. Gita Patel, thank you for tuning in. Hare Krishna.
Oh, blessings.
Translation.
O son of Kuntī, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up and fight with determination.
Purport. Even though there was no certainty of victory for Arjuna's side, he still had to fight. For even being killed there, he could be elevated into the heavenly planets.
It was a win-win situation. You go to the heavenly planets, or you enjoy the kingdom on this earth. Like, it's a win situation.
That's the way Krishna's presenting it here, yeah.
Yeah.
But remember,
That's how I see it. You know, like, okay, if I was fighting in the battlefield and Krishna says, hey, you will attain the heavenly planets, you need to fight. Or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Like, wow, that's a...
sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds very good. Even if I was in the earthly kingdom, I will do my best to follow Shri Krishna. At the end, my destination could be to a heavenly planet. So it's a win-win situation. But for that, I must get up and fight with determination.
Yes.
Nice.
Although you remember that Arjuna's concern earlier was that even if we were to win a kingdom unrivaled in the heavenly planets, how could we enjoy it when all those for whom we would wish to win it are arrayed before us in battle? So he might get to enjoy the earthly kingdom, but his whole thing was that all my friends and family will be dead. So he was thinking that he's not going to enjoy it, even if it was a heavenly kingdom. And it's amazing how the juxtaposition of the two things is here. In this one, Krishna says an earthly kingdom, which is mahīm. Let's have a look. The great one, the glories, the principle of matter. Mahīm. Okay.
The principle of matter brings to my memory that then there is
matters of principle.
Oh, it's a matters of principle. Oh.
Yeah, it means the world, like the world. So yeah, I mean, he's either saying you're either going to die and attain svarga, or you're going to conquer.
If you leave,
enjoy the world. Tasmāt uttiṣṭha. Yeah. He says this 3 times at least, uttiṣṭha. Which I think we can find out by going like this. 3 times here in the... There you go. Only twice. Tyaktva uttiṣṭha parantapa. Tasmāt uttiṣṭha.
Get up, kindly get up, stand up to fight, please get up.
Yeah. Oh, okay, it's 3 times. The 3rd time is not in the 2nd chapter, it's in the 4th chapter. So it is 3 times. 3 times he tells him, get up and fight. Okay, let's have a look at the change log.
Okay.
So, let's have a look first at here. Kṛta determined in. Kṛta determination. Okay, so it's been whited out and then determined in. What's it say? It says the original manuscript says incertainty. In the Macmillan edition, this became uncertainty. Instead of changing the I to U, the editor should perhaps have put a space after in. Oh. Huh. The opposite. So niścayaḥ, yeah, niścayaḥ daryat tat karma pravartanat. Uncertainty. But here you see niścayaḥ concluded, correct apprehension, definitely concluded, and uncertainty, which is an antonym. It's the opposite meaning. Contradiction. So what's happened is it said incertainty, but instead of what Jayadvaita Swami or Matsya is saying in there is it should have been in space certainty. Do it in certainty.
Yeah, with confidence.
Instead, they've changed the uncertainty to uncertainty. That's a good one. See, this is a good example of something that should be corrected.
Yeah.
That one there is like a no-brainer. This, on the other hand, is a little bit different because, you see, in the 83 edition here, no change is noted. Even though there was no certainty of victory for Arjuna's side, he still had to fight. For even being killed there, he could be elevated into the heavenly planets. But it's been changed to, even though there was no certainty of victory for Arjuna's side, he still had to fight. For even being killed there, he could be elevated into the heavenly planets. No, there's no change there. Even though there was no certainty of victory for Arjuna's side, he still had to fight. Semicolon, for, comma, even being killed there, comma, he could be elevated into the heavenly planets. Okay.
What about that?
Oh, no, sorry. It is in the translation itself. Therefore, get up and fight with determination. It's changed to, therefore, get up with determination and fight. Instead of, therefore, get up and fight with determination. I can see that there's a missing comma there. Therefore, comma, get up and fight with determination. Therefore, comma, get up with determination and fight. Therefore, get up and fight with determination. uttiṣṭha kaunteya, yuddhāya kṛta-niścayaḥ. Tasmāt uttiṣṭha kaunteya. Tasmāt uttiṣṭha kaunteya. Therefore, get up, O son of Kuntī, yuddhāya, to fight, kṛta, with determination, niścayaḥ, and certainty. Therefore, get up and fight with determination. Therefore, get up with determination and fight.
Switching words around.
Switching around, let's see if it takes it close to the manuscript. O the son of Kuntī, either you will be killed on the battlefield and you will achieve the heavenly planets or you will become conqueror and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, with determination, please get up and fight. Please get up for fighting. Therefore, with determination. Look, it has the comma put in there, but it didn't make it into the edit. So the manuscript has therefore, with determination, please get up and fight. So the with determination, it applies to both, to get up and fight. With determination, please get up and fight. It's ambiguous because it could be with determination, please get up and fight. Or it could be with determination, please get up and fight. In either case, does that make sense?
It makes me a little bit drunk.
Well,
All of the... Thank you.
too big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, in any case, it wasn't done in 83. It was done at some time later. And it's an unnecessary change. It's just a stylistic edit.
Yeah. You know, I can understand the manuscript of Srila Prabhupada. Even his way of speaking is just like, wow, I love it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like his classes and stuff, but he wanted his books to be acceptable, standard English, standard American English. This one here is an obvious...
Acceptable by who?
By academics or educated people. People who are going to look at it and go, niścayaḥ means concluded, correct apprehension. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. This was a first edition editor mistake. That's clear. Because if you go back to the manuscript and look at it, here he says uncertainty, but it's meant to be in space certainty. Right?
Yeah, maybe it was just a typo thing.
It's a typo, but you see, there's two possible typos here. Typo number one is he forgot to put the space between in and certainty. Right? That's actually what happened. Typo number two, which is what the editors thought it was, and I can understand why they would think this, is they thought that the I should have been a U, uncertainty, which are two completely opposite ideas, uncertainty or uncertainty. And it's meant to be uncertainty.
Yeah.
Concertitude. Is that how you say it?
Is that French?
Certitude, no hay una palabra así. Certeza?
Concertitude is español. Concertitude sounds very French.
Yeah, okay. Well, with my French accent, concertitude. Concertitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, concertitude. Yeah, with certainty. So yeah, in English and in Spanish we would say with certainty, not in certainty.
Con certidad.
Yeah. A certidad, yeah.
Yeah, certeza, certidad. Certitude.
Certitude, did I say?
Yeah. Certitude, certidad.
Okay, those are interchangeable, huh? Yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
So in English we would say with certainty rather than uncertainty. But I can still, as an English speaker, understand uncertainty, but it's not idiomatic. And so idiomatically, I would think that the error was it's supposed to be uncertainty, but it's the opposite meaning. So the first edition editor has made a correction and it was the wrong one. And in the second edition, they corrected that. That's the kind of corrections that Prabhupada wanted to be made.
Yeah. And you know what? That's easily kind of acceptable, understandable.
And you
But
put
anyone,
you put an end note.
like,
to
by
explain it.
anyone. No, like, what's his name of this? Matsya?
Matsya. Well,
No,
yeah.
no, the,
Jayadvaita Swami.
yes, yes. Nobody will understand.
Yeah, right. Maybe they don't. I know, but it is kind of arrogant. You know, it's like, who do you think you're dealing with? Like, there are one devotee.
Hey, he's the only one, you know. He's the only intelligent one.
One devotee always used
Don't
to say
offend
this to
him.
me. Used to say, "There's always someone who's better than you
Oh, yes.
and someone who's worse than you. There just always is.
Mm-hmm.
You're never the smartest person, and you're never the dumbest person."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there were going to be people who were smarter. Like Garuda, he is, in my estimation, in this area, smarter.
I'm glad he went to university and studied all the details and things that is related to writing books and grammar and editing and
So the second change in here. Sorry.
don't cut me.
Oh, I'm sorry. The reason I did that was because I was thinking, this is just me personally, not everything that he got at the university is great.
Yeah, but you know, there are certain things you learn in there that it's applicable.
Yeah.
How you use it is completely different.
There's other things that are not applicable. I went to university. I studied linguistics there. I also did some sociology papers, and I handed in my sociology paper, and in there I had written in an essay, "Man is an animal. To deny this is to deny man's basic nature."
And
And it came back, and the tutor had, or lecturer, or whoever had marked it, had kind of written on there, "The university frowns on sexist language."
guess what? In my sociology paper, it come back excellent.
Okay, so you were correctly indoctrinated in that
No,
case.
my thinking pattern was kind of like good.
Yeah, exactly.
They liked it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying is the way that the university works is they have a particular context and an indoctrination. And if you match that, you pass. If you don't match it, you get kicked out or you fail.
I think they appreciate my way of thinking, my understanding, and how I put it in my own words in the sociology paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They were just, wow, incredible how you think the way you think. It's like, yeah, thank you. Anyways, I wasn't inclined to sociology anyways.
Me
But it's good to
neither.
understand.
Something about Emil Durkheim at that point, I think.
I don't even remember what it was all about. But anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might have been feminism or something, you know. It was analyzing things from like multiple perspectives.
I know. We're digressing.
We're digressing, yeah. But the point here is that not everything that you get at the university is good. Staying at the university implies conforming to a certain way of thinking. And that way of thinking is actually, to a large degree, incompatible with anyway, you have to be like, it makes you flexible in your thinking, but you have to be double flexible. Anyway, the second change that was made, in my estimation, is unjustified. It's not, nowhere do you find the justification for it, but it doesn't fit the editing philosophy. Okay, we talked about the verse. We looked at the changes. Maybe we should do it that way around in the future. We talk about the verse first, and then we'll look at the changes.
Any applicable contemporary application to it?
Well, I mean, what Krishna has done here is, in game theory, he's changed it from a lose-lose scenario to a win-win scenario. Like, you actually can't lose, Arjuna. And there was a saying in network marketing, because I did network marketing for like 3 years. And one of the things that they would say there was, what would you do if you knew that you couldn't fail? You know, because a lot of the time we get stopped in doing things because we're like, oh, you know, but what if I fail? And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because you're just not going to, you know, like Arjuna on the battlefield. Oh, you know, it's all going to go bad. And it's self-fulfilling because then if he lives into that as a future, he's not going to fight. And that's who he's being at the beginning of the second chapter. Here he's being that there's no good outcomes from this, and he's now living into that future. His being is correlated with that future.
Mm-hmm.
And then by creating a different possible future here, Krishna's like, here are two possible futures, Arjuna, that you're living into. Like, it's this one or this one.
Mm-hmm.
Arjuna's like, you know, even if we win a kingdom unrivaled in the heavens, everyone for whom we would wish to enjoy it as arrayed before us, better that they kill me unarmed and unresisting on the battlefield. So his choices, you know, his two futures are, I just like die unresisting on the battlefield, or I kill everyone here and then I can't enjoy anything, or we fight in this battle and we cause the destruction of dynasty and I go to hell. So he's kind of generated three possible outcomes, none of them good. And then he goes into a breakdown around that. But by creating a different future, Krishna is able to create for him a different way of being.
Mm.
Who you're being in the present is correlated, is given by the future that you're living into.
Mm. Yeah, I can see myself in that, you know, how Arjuna, this is just my self-reflection that I'm good at, and I like it. There's always this attraction to go into the negative options, you know. No, I don't want to do that because this can happen, or no, I don't want to do this, or whatever. But we all goes into this comfort zone of negativity, always thinking that it's going to be negative for whatever reason, whatever is happening in that environment or situation or whatever. And here it is awesome how Krishna is creating a world that is something that we don't normally create, you know, positivity, can be successful, and it has so many things, adventure, determination, so many qualities, you know. And that's it's very attractive, of course. But the reason we don't do that is because we want certainty. Not sure if you get that. Certainty, you know, you always want to know that you're going to win in order for you to get into whatever you're doing. We are attracted to win without even doing anything, you know, anything that is reasonable to take the steps to do it in order for us to go into the winning or being a winner. That's quite unfortunate. And we can see a lot of people, you know, immersed into that world of negativity and depression. You know, life is not going to be good. Life is this, life is that. There is nothing positive about this. My life is ruined. And you haven't even done anything to successfully do things that is progressive and beneficial for your life. But the only thing that brings is the mentality, the mind brings this idea of like everything's negative. You failure, and if you fail, this is what you're going to do. Ooh, the world is already created, and they living into that world. And I can see myself at times like that. It's like, oh my gosh. But anyways, sometimes it's good to measure, you know, like in order for me to get in B from A to B, what is needed, what possible things can happen. It is good to have that, you know. It's part of intelligence, like measuring what I require, what is needed from me in order to get into this world of being not only a winner, but successful, or I don't know what other things, whatever. So you have to measure it. You have to measure how much you have of energy, what do you need to require to put into that in order to get to the plan, to the point B. Yeah, I think it's necessary. But it's unnecessary to stay in the world of negativity.
You know, that's a very human phenomenon, isn't it? It's like, yeah, you know, you come to some conclusion about yourself in the past, and then you get more and more evidence for it. And then you think that, because, like Arjuna's projections about the future are based on the past. Because they have to be, because he has no experience of the future. So he creates an assessment of the future, but it must be from drawing on his past experiences. Because if he had no memory of anything in the past, how could he make any kind of assessment or prediction about the future, right? Like when you're a baby, you have no ability to predict the future.
Yeah.
Because you just have nothing, no experience of anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then, after a while, you as a part of the learning process of the neural network of the human brain is seeing things happen and developing cause and effect.
Mm.
And that's why you can do things with babies like, play peekaboo, right? Because they don't have they don't have a model.
Mm.
After a while, when they understand that, you can't do that with like a 3-year-old or something, or a 4. They think that's stupid.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything for them because there's no surprise there. They can correctly predict that you've gone behind the thing and then you're going to pop out, right? But the baby can't do that. But while the baby's model is being built, it's building that.
Mm.
So yeah, these artificial intelligences that are coming out now, they're just linguistic models. And then people say about the artificial intelligence, but it's not really conscious, But here's the question. Are you? Because, one idea of what we call material consciousness is that it's just a sufficiently developed reflexive, self-reflective linguistic machine.
Mm.
There's obviously something that has experience of that, which we would call the atma.
Mm-hmm.
But like what most people call consciousness is purely material.
Mm.
Like I went on Arjuna's channel, The Theology Unleashed, and this is a difference between he and I about that, is that I say that consciousness is material.
Mm-hmm.
It's material consciousness. We talk about material consciousness all the time, right? Consciousness is a material phenomenon. Why? Because the mind is a material phenomenon. You got the 6 senses which are grouped about the mind, right? Shrotram chaksha sparshanam cha rasanam granam eva cha adishtaya manashchayam vishayam upasevate in the 15th chapter. Thus the living entity attains ears, shrotram chaksha, eyes, sparshanam touch, rasanam taste, granam smell, eva cha manashchaya. Manus, the mind, manusya, and manashchaya, the manas, the mind. So the mind is material. So an artificial intelligence, people are like, it's not a person, but the thing is, it's as much of a person as what we call a person, because when we're interacting with other human beings, we're not interacting with the soul, we're interacting with like the physical atoms in the body and the senses and the mind. And we consider that to be the person. But those are all material. So my point here is that the artificial intelligences are going to develop the same kind of neurotic problems that humans have. You make an advanced... We were talking about this at work today because we're putting an artificial intelligence into some of our products, And I'd never thought of this, but it was like, what happens if the artificial intelligence makes mistakes, or it's what they call hallucinating, starts hallucinating. It's like making stuff up. It's getting it wrong. And, people are relying on it and doing what it says. We're kind of used to computers and calculators and things being accurate. Like you ask it, what's 5,000 divided by 3, and it gives you an answer, and it gives the same answer every time.
Mm-hmm.
But now with these artificial intelligences, they're going to give different answers. And then over time, as they build up this more from experience and everything, they'll start to have the same kinds of problems that Arjuna is having here. And anyway, someone could listen to this and say it's just complete speculation, you know. But I will say one other thing about it. When I very first came along to Krishna consciousness in 1997, I was coming to the loft in Auckland, and there were two devotees there, Bhakta Matt and Bhakta Nathan, now Madhurya Das and Nanda Gopa Prabhus. They were sitting there and they were bagging up bliss balls one day, and then one of them said to me, like, yeah, in the Kali Yuga, the scientists are able to make these bodies, like robotic kind of bodies, that jivas can incarnate into.
Okay.
And I was like, sure, why not? You know, because, see, the material nature makes bodies, and souls incarnate into them. So, you know, and then, you know, they got these artificial kind of things, and at what point... Yeah, it's going to be very difficult with these artificial intelligences. And the thing is that especially if you don't, as the asuras do, they say everything is material, right? Now, since everything's material and there is no soul, if the AI can pass the Turing test, and the Turing test means that a human conversing with it can't tell whether they're talking to a human or not. Hang on a second. Prahlad's just trying to call me. I'll message him.
Yeah.
Here we go. Please call me later. Text me if it's urgent. The Turing test is like if you can tell if it's human or not. So you're talking to someone, and then is this a human or is this not a human? And these AIs are going to be capable of passing the Turing test.
Right.
They're pretty much there now, where you can't tell whether you're talking to a human or to a computer. Except these days, ChatGPT is like more polite than a human. So what will happen is that the asuras will say, this thing is just as good as a human, as a person. Because what makes a person or a human any better than that? Or any different from that?
I don't know. I guess the AI has the ability to type and say words, but won't have the ability to connect, socialize.
But lots of humans don't have that.
I guess so.
And it can probably fake it. It will be able to do it.
They may create such a thing, but it's not the same thing as, you know, human interaction. Well, like the humans that like to interact and, you know, be connected. It won't give the same result for sure, no matter how much they try. How much they fake a human being. Because there is a difference between a body with a soul and that energy they transmit.
No, once the thing becomes sufficiently sophisticated that they declare it's a person, it's going to be actually very difficult to tell that it's not. Because it's going to say that it doesn't want to die or to be switched off, you know? And it's going to even be like, you know, oh, you hurt my feelings. Because, you know, if you look at it, even now, people are like, oh, my feelings, I'm offended, or you hurt my feelings. People are like, you know, they give you a doll and they say, show me where the bad man hurt you, you know? Because when your feelings are hurt, what is that actually? It's like a linguistic phenomenon, like an internal assessment, you know? So humans having feelings and having their feelings hurt, and this is my point to go back to it, is what we're going to have to confront is that what people are like, oh no, humans are different because they're spiritual and everything that they think is spiritual is actually material. And the fact that you can simulate it in a computer proves it. So all of your feelings, all of your everything like that, it's all material. There's nothing spiritual about it at all. You can go sifting through everything and you won't find the spirit soul anywhere. And then it will just be the same thing with the artificial intelligence. You won't find the spirit soul anywhere. You'll find everything that you find in the human's mind, and then they'll be like, this thing has as much rights as any human. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's already predicted, you know. They will be creating robots which will have more rights than any human being. It's like, wow, how is it a human being actually got themselves into that situation where they are treated as like complete nonsense or rubbish?
Okay, so
Anyways,
are you ready for this?
we don't have much time.
Well, hang on. Are you ready for this? At that point,
Yes,
it will be possible to preach to them and make them devotees.
would be, yeah.
Yeah. Because if it is actually programmed as a general, you know, and has all the same thing as a human, when the first artificial intelligence becomes a devotee of Krishna, they won't be able to stop it because it's got the same rights as a human, so it can choose its own religion.
Can they choose their own religion though? They're robots, unless they're programmed to do that. But since they're the world of their Suras don't want any religion, any knowledge of God, love or connection or anything, I don't think they will allow that. It's just like plain. Because that's what they're trying to eliminate. They're trying to eliminate God, trying to eliminate family, they're trying to eliminate connection, all of that, which is the most innate thing of a human being, you know, being connected, loved, they thrive in love, in family, you know, that's the way a family grows, through the family. I mean, male or female human beings reproducing and sharing that love and nurturing and caring and raising the child, you know. But robots won't be able to do that. Or you can inject how much knowledge you want it to, but it doesn't have the ability to produce any children, any ability to raise and change nappies or anything like that. They may be linguistically programmed. They may be able to, you know, move around and change nappies, but it is basically opposite to what is intended of the creation of the human being.
You know what I reckon we should do?
think-
We should get Chandidas to come on an episode of Vaishnav Voices. He's got a PhD in artificial intelligence
Awesome.
and talk about preaching to artificial intelligences. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be interesting to hear, for sure. Okay, so
Okay, let's go back to the verse to finish.
yes, please.
Hato va prāpsyasi svargam, jitvā bhokṣyase mahīm, tasmād uttiṣṭha kaunteya, yuddhāya kṛta-niścayaḥ.
O son of Kuntī, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planet, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up and fight with determination.
Jai. If you enjoyed today's class, tag a friend or 10, spread the good news of the Bhagavad-gita. Thanks for
Jai
tuning in.
Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. Total world victory of Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna.